All right, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Let's check out what Paul got done today. It is currently May 17th. If you look over my shoulder, he got this whole back 80-foot wall laid out today. He went around, laid out the elevations of all of these, and then he would cut the columns according to that elevation. Then he'd come in and he'd square up these columns to each other. He made sure, he probably started with this first one, made sure it was good and square off of that. Then he would place them in the brackets, put each column down, and square it off of the previous one, right? Make sure that the distance in between there and there was the same at the top and at the bottom. And then he would come back with these 2x6s and use his Fasco jumbo nailer. And it looks like he shoots 3 nails in. 1, 2, 3. This one's just screwed. So when he uses this glue lamb, you see how he has to, this is notched out right here a little bit because these things are a little bit thicker than a 2x12. So he takes a cordless planer and he planes that out right there so that this face right here sits flush with this face. There's a possibility where I might want to put a porch out off the back of this right here. And right now is the time to add the header right up here to be able to carry that porch. So I talked to him about that. And what else? Went all the way down here to the end of the building. And you can see on these end columns, he uses these brackets that are, it's just one, it's not a full, and so he'll probably put it down like right there where he marked out on that pier. There we go. So you can see when he was laying this out, he would take his trowel, when he was smoothing it out, he would take his trowel and scribe this little line right here. And that's the exact square corner of the building. And so then he'll take this, and maybe it'll actually probably be like that, so that he can put a big old Titan anchor in that hole there, and then put this will go right on the outside of that bracket. So that'll be cool. But then these wet set brackets, you can see there's just a little bit of play in there. But once they get that stood up into place, that'll tighten in, and there won't be that gap anymore. If you look down there, I came out earlier before the rain. You see there's these piles of dirt that Paul had from when he drilled these footings right there, and then he'd put the dirt out there. I came out with the Kubota and started cleaning them up as much as I could until the rain started to just be a little bit too wet. You know, it started to get slimy and I was losing traction, so I had to quit. But I had the cab on my BX23s, and that thing worked awesome. There was a couple leaks, you know, it's not an airtight cab or a watertight cab. So, I mean, there would be a little bit of water, but I was completely dry. Like the floorboard was a little wet, but man, it was awesome. So if anybody out there is contemplating whether they're thinking about getting that original tractor cab brand cab for their Kubota or John Deere or whatever you have, totally worth the $1,200. So I got this pile yet to move, that pile up there, all of this side. I didn't get any of that side done. And what else do I got? There's some right back of there. Just over to there is where I got. She's raining pretty good now, boys. It's raining pretty good, and I'm staying pretty good. I mean, there's some leaks for sure, but it's not bad. Lightning. Well, guys, it got just a little bit too rainy, a little bit too muddy out there. I was barely getting any traction. I wanted to just try to get as much done as I could while I have time. It was either this or mow, and if Paul's gonna try to be back tomorrow, then I feel like hopefully I didn't make a bigger mess than hopefully I did some good. But man, look at this cab. This thing stayed. I mean, look. Okay, so the floor is wet. I will give you that, but I mean, I am dry. There's some water, a little bit of water coming in right here. I think that's because it comes down here and pools up. But you look around here, there's some, you know, these holes up here, it leaks a little bit in through there. But I mean, it's raining pretty hard right now, so I am ecstatic how that works, because I'm dry and you can't beat that. So I'm gonna head in. It looks like Dale's got the garage door open for me. I'm gonna head in. Oh geez, big puddle, big puddle, big puddle. And see how we're doing. Catch back with you a little bit later. Yeah.